अभी नहीं हुआ फेसबुक लाइव.
Sir, Facebook it's okay.
हो गया, लाइव हो गया.
Yes.
I can't see it. I don't want to then pingle because बाद में questions मैं ले नहीं पा रहा हूँ फेसबुक से. हाँ, फेसबुक is live. Yes.
Yes, sir, you can start.
ग्लोबल टैलेंट हो गया लाइव.
दे दिया sir.
दे दिया. Okay. Okay, let me start. I can go later on to this. And Krishan, can I start?
Yes, please get going.
Oh, there's still half a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, there's still half a minute. Too early then. Let me, she has done it in advance. And she has also become an expert into this now with so many webinars and all that. Varsha, can we go ahead? Varsha?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. It's 5:30 Indian Standard Time. Yeah, good morning, USA, Canada. Good afternoon in UK, Europe, Africa. Good evening in Asia Pacific, India, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed a great day for me personally to welcome someone very closely known to me and a great friend. Bright, young, dynamic, innovative, Krishan Gupta, to this prime time leadership excellence series every Wednesday called New DNA of Leadership. Welcome, Krishan.
Thank you so much, DK.
And it's my indeed honor to introduce this great businessman. When you look at him, he is smart, he is handsome, he is dynamic, not only by looks, but by thoughts and action. Krishan Gupta, an author, TEDx speaker, founder, and MD, Organic Wellness. It will not be an overstatement if we say word organic has got its real meaning by what Krishan is doing for the industry. His actions are truly defining the word organic, and he is super smart. Rather, he is the first person to put up a manufacturing plant under the name Organic Wellness in a remote place where nobody goes, away from industrial pollution, in a village called Babai Budelkhand. He has given employment to village people and means of livelihood and stop exodus from the village. He is on a mission to empower. He is on a mission to empower 5,000 women power across India with unique model of organic wellness store, which means small investment, small space, and profitable from day one. Means from the first month. Krishan is a visionary. His mission is very simple, and he says, together, let's heal the world. I repeat, together, let's heal the world. He is an epitome of leadership and working in the interest of mankind to provide authentic organic food products with win-win and win business model, which is now a case study in IVEY League management colleges. Range of products include teas, supplements, super products, superfood, dal, spices, honey, ghee, personal care, oral care, whole range of kitchen essentials, as well as ashwagandhas and brahmi, because I take a lot of products from this. You must have seen recently my video. Exported to around 28 countries and pan-India presence. He is blending India's legacy of 5,000 years with modern science to bring in authentic organic products for the wellness of our country and globally. He is a gold medalist from LIT Nagpur in chemical technology, first generation entrepreneur who has experience of working across FMCGs in India and abroad. He has received many awards nationally and globally. Krishan is a firm believer in God. He is a simple and a down-to-earth individual. He loves reading and playing golf. He has written a book called, I have read myself, Clear Your Bottlenecks, on his experience how to be a successful person. The book is a quick and absorbing reading in a refreshing, simple, flowing style, well made by his ancestors. The book is published in English and Turkish also. As I said, he worked for companies, multinational, Colgate, Palmolive, Godrej, P&G, McKinsey, Gillette, where we met, Oriflame, Indodan, Polar Pharma, Organic India, where he was a 10% owner and MD Global CEO. Again, we were together there for some work. Organic Wellness, which is now he, invented. That's why I call him innovator. Worked in Europe, US, touched stores around 60 countries. That is the back. I can keep on talking more about him, but I think it's very important for me to stop myself because I want to know more of Krishan Gupta for my audiences around the world. Krishan, we are live on Zoom, where we are right now. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Global Talent Television. There are people joining, and people have joined from various parts of the world, and they will be very keen to know about what you are. I will have some questions for you, Krishan, and there will be questions coming from all these people. They will be parking the questions in Q&A section. From the Zoom, I will unmute participants and attendees to ask questions themselves. And from other platforms, I would like you to take questions and get your responses. Krishan, I will take around 35 minutes and my 4 areas which we need to be talking. Krishan's journey of excellence as a business leader. I salute you as a business leader, my dear friend. Leadership learning from your mentors, your focus on nation building intervention, and your key messages to people, building prosperity through passion, because I know you're mad about it. So feel free to the way you want to respond. It's a show where it's your show. You are a global talent. I am a global talent, and people who are watching us are all global talent. So we are part of global talent. Krishan, My first question to you is, you're such a successful business leader who has impacted many businesses where you worked, whether Colgate, whether Gillette, whether Kohinoor, whether, Organic India. You had employees, stakeholders, board of directors, and you are a brand in yourself as a Krishan Gupta today. Before I go to that, I want to look at Krishan as a child, a student. How did you turn those difficult scars into stars which you are today? And when I especially look at your first time entrepreneurship, your father working for LIC, a middle class family, who was that who impacted you, mom or dad? How did you do it, Krishan? All yours, Krishan.
Thank you, DK, for your very, very nice and wonderful words. And let me straight away come over to your question. Yes, I come from Kota in Rajasthan, and my dad was senior branch manager with LIC. And my first job after being gold medalist in a chemical technology, coming from an institute called LIT, very popular among chemical engineers, it's a dream to be a chemical technologist from that area. I was in a first job in a multinational company. I don't want to name it. And as always happens, father was there to drop me. I was in air, you're a management trainee, the first job, you got in a campus interview, only one selected out of thousands, in the queue. And here he comes and says that you will be today again selling this product, which is not good for health. And you will be promoting this product, selling across India and across the world. So I was a bit taken a bit back, what the hell my dad is saying? Is he not happy? What is the problem with the work what I will be doing? And then in the evening, I was at the Marine Drive in Mumbai. As a child, your dad takes you over there, and during the discussion, he says, "You see a steamer over there?" And yes, he says, "What's the most important thing in the steamer to move?" Being still a child, very young, straight from the college, I used my technical knowledge. I said, engine and then fuel. He kept saying no, and then finally he said, "It's the water. If water is not there,
Mm.
nothing will work. So you need water. And if the same water enters the steamer or the ship or the boat that was there," he says, "what will happen?" I said, "It will obviously sink." He says, "Same is the case, beta. Keep in mind with money. It's very, very important. You are starting your first day. Today, I'm talking to you. After this, I will not be talking on this subject because I know you don't like what I'm talking, because you are not listening at the moment. You are in a different ball game altogether. You are in a different mindset altogether, which I was. He was right. Being my father, he knows everything. And he says, "I'll not be talking after today, all these things. But this is something I'm just sharing. Keep it with you, leave it, take it. That's all yours." That's the first thing he said. So money is important, but make sure it never takes you to your heart also. And you know what will happen. That was the first thing. Number two, he said, was a very, very tough and powerful thing, which I never understood there, but always had in my background. He says, live a life with a purpose and a cause.
Mm.
I said, yeah, what the hell is talking? Let me focus on tomorrow. Let me join this company and, do this and do that. And as always happens, I was, working in the companies, moved organizations, grew quite fast, quite well in my journey in a career, but always had in my mind these words of do have a purpose in life, have some cause in life. And that is what brought me to starting organic wellness.
Wow.
So today, what I'm organic wellness basically is everything what my dad talked to me long, long back, but it took me 20, 25 years to understand what it really means. Focus on tomorrow. Let me join this company and
Yeah. Fantastic. That's fascinating. Kishan, with such a profound, when we talk about water and how important this water is, what a great story you are talking about. Now, let me go to question number two, which I have in mind. Getting to your personal, from a personal level to a professional pursuit, I keep always getting reminded that to be a great leader, you need to be a great person. So there has to be a similar kind of values as a leader as well as a person. When you went to the from personal to professional pursuits with 3 decades of working for great companies, Gillette, Oriflame, Polar, Organic, how did this Krishan Gupta become a name to reckon with?
I'll tell
What
you.
made you to be different in the marketplace as compared to others? Because I remember when we were together in the same building, E31 Okla Phase 2, and I was working on Gillette Parker, and you were on the mainstream of the business of Gillette. Even that time, your passion was you were sharing something very different. But I was also at that time young, and we were working as an employee. I was a general manager HR, and you were, I think, general manager at that point of time. How did you change the gears, and how did you get into this kind of an excellence? Can you share what were the issues, challenges which you faced, and then got into this excellence?
Let me tell you, DK, every day is a challenge. Starting with the first job, as I said, in this multinational company. And for me, it was very simple and clear that I have to do well in life. Okay. And there was only one thing which would make me successful. That was number one, hard work, hard work, and hard work.
Wow.
That was very, very clear. Number two, it was very clear to me, highest level of integrity.
Wow.
Number three, it was very clear, I don't have to work for to impress anyone else. If I'm convinced, I have to do it. And above all, fourth and the most important was keep life simple and stupid in every aspect. And this is what I followed all my life, DK, and even today I do it. And some of these things do sometimes and land you in trouble also, but it is worth the trouble, because at the end of the day, what really matters is, are you sleeping well, peacefully in the night when you retire or hit the bed? That's number one, very, very clearly. Number two, these basics, what I learned, there were great mentors, I would say, which I really came across my life. And mentors, when I say, it's not about being only the senior guys, but they were even, for example, in my last company, I had a person who used to take my driver. Basically, I never used to call him driver, but as a pilot, as an assistant, his name was Shekhawat Ali. And I, even today, I can't forget the kind of commitment and ownership he had. And that's what I'm trying to learn every day. If something regarding ownership and commitment comes, the first name, it doesn't hit me of a top leader anywhere. It hits is Shikawat Ali. If I have to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning, the guy is standing at 3. So, and even if he has, the rosas and not even a single leaf, the commitment level was of the highest order. And then when I compare with myself, I said, if Shekhawat Ali can do such a commitment, such a wonderful job, then why not me? Then I had a luxury of starting with, in these companies, and beautiful, amazing managers to meet at every level. Now it's for you to really understand if you want to learn from them or abuse them. It was from my school days, whether it's Father Raymond today, he was my principal during my school days, and even today, he is one of my best friend or a best mentor I'm in touch with. Whereas my college professors, Dr. Gisar, Dr. Kurane, and others, I'm still in touch with them. All my mentors or the seniors who I work through in different companies, they're still my best friend and the mentors, because it's learning every day, including you, DK. We keep interacting at different forums, right? During different sessions. It's learning and learning every day for me. And that is what I'm executing in my daily life in organic wellness as a business. So this isn't simple. Again, to reiterate, keep life simple is my real mantra for myself. बोलते हैं ना सरल रहो जिंदगी में तो मस्त रहे हो गया. So that is what I follow.
Wonderful. You talked about hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, and hard work. You talked about commitment, commitment, and commitment. You talked about learning, 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 and learning. Of course, since I know you last 20 years, and I remember that guy of Gillette company, and in between, I kept coming to India and going to various business schools. We went together. We came to Jammu. You know, right now I am in Jammu. And as I remember, 2018, we came to Jammu University together.
Very true.
20 odd people from different parts of the country. And we did a massive conference here where we had two ministers from the J&K government.
That's correct. That's correct.
So while you said you worked hard, you're committed, and keep life simple, at the same time, you talked about mentors. We all have great mentors in life who show us the way, and you become mentors for various people. I have here a very important question now. I know when you were with last time with Organic India, and Organic India is what you made in this country, which I know very well. Putting them on the airport stores, putting them in malls, putting them anywhere and everywhere as a global CEO. And you actually did a lot of work to develop that company. And I remember once you gave me a call, I was staying in Bangkok, and your managing director and his wife got stuck in London. And finally, they came to Bangkok, and how I got the visa to get them into India. I remember everything.
You have a sharp memory, DK.
Huh?
You have a sharp memory. You remember
Yes.
everything.
And how did I get the visa within 48 hours? And I talked to our ambassador, and Lata Reddy used to be our ambassador at that time. I said, this is what my problem is, and within 24 hours. And I remember you were extremely at a very senior position. You were paid very well. And I understand you had an equity also in that company. And suddenly, finally, you started Organic Wellness. Now, here is a catch. And there are audiences where there are business leaders who are working for the companies, and there are business leaders who have their own companies, and there are going to be some business leaders who will move from a Naukri pesha to an employer, from employee to employer. And to be an employer is only, because I myself like that, blood, sweat, and tears. It's not easy. It's tough. When you pay salaries of employees and you don't have an income, which we see during the COVID days, it's not easy. How did you took this decision of getting into blood, sweat, and tears when you were at a very top level position? You were making good money, you were doing good business, you were expanding every 6 months. Why? How? I am very keen that you share with me and the attendees the beautiful journey of this organic wellness. Within such a short period of almost 4.5 years, you have touched around the world. I need a complete story of excellence from you. Take your time, tell us. And I'm especially looking for that aspect. Blood, sweat, and tears. And even then, this handsome dude making a big difference in the global world, not only in India, global world. Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, DK, one thing. Blood, sweat, and tears. They continued in every organization I worked. One thing, what really, I did in my life was wherever I worked, whether it was Colgate, Gillette, or, Organic India, or wherever it was always like, it's my company, it's my money. Okay. So for me, the continuity from the last company, Organic India, to Organic Wellness, it was literally a continuous journey. The only difference being was I was 100% living my passion. It was a great time, even over there, for whatever reason, you fall in love with people, you have a divorce at the end of the day. So you remember the good days, good time, and that's what it is. But now coming to my journey of organic wellness, I always had that purpose and cause. My dad talked to me long back in life.
Ah,
And yes, to a certain extent it was fulfilling. We were doing, I was, partner in last three assignments in different companies I worked. And then I realized it is great, but it is not fulfilling.
ah,
At the end of the day, when a critical decision is to be taken, you are still a minority shareholder. You might have done everything, but at the end of the day, you are a minority shareholder and you are not the decision maker on a key day. And that's where I said, let me get going with organic wellness. Let me live my passion. This is where I understood what purpose and cause meant. Now, starting organic wellness DK was not an easy affair for me.
yeah.
Okay. It was easy for me. I could have followed the same model what I was following earlier. I know the vendors, I know the people, I know where the product is to be packed, from where to be sourced. But I said I have to live my passion now. I have to be different. It has to be unique, different model. And every product we make or pack has to make a difference in the life of the people, be it person who's growing or the be it a person who is consuming.
Mm.
Now, that meant that if you have to be authentic, organic, you have to really go to the remote villages. You have to really create employment, you have to be away from the big cities. You have to go to the interior villages. Okay. We started the search of going to places where, the farmers are having challenges, the other challenges are there of employment are there. I went to somewhere in Maharashtra also, Amravati, very popular for different reasons. Somehow I went to this region called Village Babai. It is about 45-50 kilometers from Jhansi. Never went there, never heard about it. I suppose it was just a destiny, I would say. Just God really knew what I wanted to do and put me all over there. We went into this remote village and we met this farmer who is over 90 years old that time, Mr. Shiv Kumar. But he was very, very energetic. The moment he saw me, he said, Mahajan, I would like you to be here, and this land is available for free if you want. That was a big surprise to me. That how can a land someone gave me for free? And I checked with the people in and around that what is the price of the land over here? Why this person is trying to give me free? People said, there is no one who will come ever over here. The worst price you can pay is about 50,000 rupees a acre. And this is where he want, just to, but then I went into more details about it. I realized this guy really wanted to do something for the village, but no one used to even visit over there. Cutting long story short, I ended up buying that land for 10 lakh rupees a acre.
Ah,
I said, by doing this, I'm not giving you extra, but I'm creating the value of the area to that high level, so that as a landowners in that remote village, the value of the land appreciated overnight. That resulted in some pains for me also, because people realized here is a guy with a lot of money, it seems. So I had some challenges also, which is fine. We got the land registered in our name. We started the construction of the plant. Now that is another challenge I was talk about. People said, Krishan, it will take minimum 3 years for the kind of plant you have in mind to properly construct and run. I said, I want to do it in a 6 months. I want it to be unreasonable. I said, I want to be unreasonable. I want to make sure it is executed. Yes, it took not six, we took 7 or 8 months. We constructed one of the most beautiful plant in that remote village, and people were shocked to see that what we can do in that remote village. Now the real challenges are there is no power. The easiest decision was to put up a diesel generator set, but I said, no, I'm in this remote clean village, not to pollute. So we took a decision to take a high tension power line, 33 kVA, and had to really invest lot of money. And even today we bleed because we pay high tension prices over there, because locally the local feeder doesn't gives you power for about 18 hours, and I don't want to run a diesel generator. Then comes the second challenge. There is zero infrastructure. Internet doesn't work. Fortunately, we connected with some of the companies. They turned the tower here and there a bit and this, so we have some connectivity over there now. Logistics is zero. Still, we have to send the shipments to Jhansi and pick from Jhansi. I'm talking about the challenge. Even if you have to buy a nut, you have to go at least 45, 50 kilometers. But the beauty I'm coming to now next is when we started the plant, we had few machines which were imported. Some of the machines were requiring really high skilled people. And that's where people said, you will have to get people from big cities. I said, no. It's the people who are on in the village, they will be running it. The second challenge was, let's put CCTV channel cameras, because you will be sitting in Gurgaon, because I was parked myself there for 2 years. I said, there will not be any CCTV cameras. This company will have no frisking. This company will run on trust and ownership. Number two, I said, this company will have 100% team from local villages.
Wow.
Yes, initially tough decision. There were a lot of breakages in the machines, but and I used to get a call, machine toot gaya, sir, kya karu, what to do with this machine? I said, you have to repair, you have broken it. I have no idea what to do. You are the operator. Believe me, DK, it was one of the finest journey I always remember in my life. The same team members, so-called unskilled, uneducated, they started communicating with their counterparts in Vietnam or China on videos, on WhatsApp, on WeChat, whatever the communication was. The other guy doesn't know the Bundelkhandi language. This guy doesn't know the other side language, but they were able to communicate and rectify and correct the machines. I had continuous flow of team from Europe and other parts of the world and including India flowing in to see what the hell we are doing. Businesses started coming to us automatically. People start seeing what we are doing, authentic. We said, come see for what we are doing. So business for us, this became a story, and we did not have to market us. It was the unique business model, the product what we were growing over there, the story. People realized here is a company. It is not another organic company coming into the system for making fast track money, for creating money, but it is a company with an authentic and a purpose behind everything. And the moment you go to those villages, you see for yourself what you're doing. Now, let me come to the most important part. When you do this project, you require a lot of money. I went with the project file to one of the bank managers. I don't want to name the bank, I don't want to name them. After seeing me, they said, Krishan, you look very successful. You've done very well in life. But why you want to do this in life now? This will be 100% failure. You will be doomed. And I will also lose a job if I give you loan against this project. Who is your consultant? Who has guided you to come into this toughest area which nothing grows, nothing happens, nothing stays? And I don't want to use certain words he used about the local people. I realized that I'm at the right place because this is the place I wanted to be. Now, the same guys, they are following me up now for loans and support. I said, thank you so much. So, what I'm saying is, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in the vision, what you are having, you're not living for anyone. I didn't do this for anyone else. It is done for myself. It is done for the purpose, because that was always hitting my mind coming from my dad. Yes, certainly that really stays. And this is how the birth of organic wellness happens or happened.
क्या करूं मैं आपको सलाम करता हूं किशन. And I tell you, I feel proud of you and I'm learning from you every time I interact with you. And God has been great that you are a God's gift to my life, because I know you as a friend. You're younger to me and I have seen your growth, and I always feel proud. And I take your products and I feel more energetic, And this journey in an unknown, unheard, unbelievable circumstances, with no power, with no human power, with no power, and then you created those challenges into opportunities. This is what I wanted my attendees to know about it, that in case you have the will, you have the dil. Where there's a dil, there's a will. Where there's a will, there's a dil. So you had the dil, you had the will, because again, I'm going back to your father, what he made you to taught, and you are living with that purpose. And in fact, when I see your product range, other day I got your product range, I was surprised. I did not believe, Kishan, that you have such a large product range. I had visited you in Gurgaon a couple of years back at your office, and after that we went to Jammu and we had an interaction. But when I saw the product range, I was amazed. And I had these two beautiful women power ladies over a lunch, Shazia Ilmi and Shubhani Kashyap. I gave them some of the products. They were all excited to see that. So I would say that I am feeling really great that you are helping India to remain fit. You are helping human beings with a product range which is quite healthy. And when we have a healthy body, we are productive. And you are helping the farmers. You're helping the farmers to be successful and to be entrepreneurs. That's another great thing in your business model when I see that you are helping women to be the women power. I will come to that. Now, when you are talking about putting a factory in such a difficult area, I just have one question for you because I am in Jammu right now. And the purpose of my coming to my hometown, J&K, is we recently launched Global Kashmiri Pandit Business Foundation. I am the founder. It was my
Congratulations. That's a wonderful, wonderful initiative. I must say that. Thank you so much. Great, great initiative what you have taken.
Yeah, yesterday we met the governor of J&K, Lieutenant Governor Mr. Manoj Sinha. He gave us all support. And I'm trying to get FDIs as well as business entrepreneurs to J&K. And I have committed to Governor Saab that we will be ensuring that we put up industries in J&K, look for new J&K in days to come. I would like to invite you to put up a base, and I can tell you, we can give you a good talent, we can give you power, we can give you some tax holidays, because new industrial policy of J&K is going to be out in next 10 days, and you will get a lot of attraction. Please put up a plant in J&K.
Without a second thought, DK, it's a commitment to you from Organic Wellness. Now I'm not alone. I have a team of over 50 people. They are smart, they are trained, and they know how tough it is initially to start a plant in a remote village. And they will be too excited and too happy to extend the similar model in a state called Jammu and Kashmir. And it will be an honor, in fact, it will be a delight, it will be an amazing thing to bring the uniqueness of Jammu Kashmir not only to India but across the world. Because the state from where you come in, DK, has got amazing, unique products. I enjoy myself the saffron, the mamra almonds, the walnuts, what not, and that state can only give you those. The difference is we need to make sure that it is not just the industry that gets rich; it is the people who are growing. They should be made partner. It is the people who are processing. They should be made partner, and that is what we are doing in Bundelkhand. And we will be extending a same model where everyone in the chain wins, including the customer.
Fantastic, Kishan. I had a press conference yesterday. Had I known, I would have announced your name yesterday. But with your commitment today, I will be talking to my global Kashmiri diaspora as well. And I would be writing to the governor's office that I have the investor, Krishan Gupta ji from Organic Wellness. Do I do that? Do I have the permission?
Please get going, go ahead. We'll be too honored
Thank you
to
very much.
make a start over there. Because we already do
Fantastic.
a few products, which are saffron, as I said, mamra almond, walnut, a few more, and we'll be too happy to set up a similar unit what we have here in Bundelkhand, replicate that basically, and send one of the person from here to be the train. And now, as I said, DK, now my life is much easier. When I started, it was just Krishan Gupta. Now I've got 50 Krishan Guptas with me, and that's the beauty of what
Ah.
I'm doing.
That talks about your leadership, Kishan. I know you, how you develop your leaders and empower them. Now, my question, we have built up very good, your story is really I'm getting more excited to know more about you. You know why? Because you're my friend, you're my brother, and we work together, and then I see you growing. So amount of happiness I get mad about it. Now, right now, when you look at present circumstances in the world because of COVID, people are in pain. People are, their business models have got destroyed. They are not able to make sense what to do. While as we tell business leaders to be compassionate with people, and I know you're very compassionate, you're very humble, but I know that you're very agile for the business as well. How do we keep both compassion and agility together? Can you give some tips to the business leaders who are watching you now or who are going to be watching you later, Kishan?
See, I'll tell you, DK, I'll be very specific to organic wellness, what I'm doing over here. At the end of the day, when you're running a business, मनी से ही जो काम होता है पैसे का काम पैसा ही कर सकता है करेक्ट so compassion is very good but that should not be built as a weakness in the system. Compassion is very very good but that should not be taken as a liability in the business. So
Wow.
for me, what we have done in my business model is very very clear. You're a partner with me. I'm not here to take care of your life, take care of yourself. No, you are grown up adult. You know yourself. You're a graduate. You have a qualification. You have experience. You have everything. What I'm here giving you is a clean, politics free wicket to bat on.
Mm.
Score runs, my friend. If it rains, we will get wet together. So what we have done in a business model here is, it is, see, what people really, I sometimes feel businesses go wrong is they leverage too much from the market, from the bank loans. And the reason is they are not believing in themselves and creating the business the way it should be. Whereas what organic wellness is all about is making sure you are a partner is the business. It is not Krishan Gupta's ownership. It is not Krishan Gupta's business. It is you are part of it. Today, right now, it is 6:10 and if you see my office is all, buzzing with energy. It's not that the time to see 5:30 ho gaya chale gaye. It's your time. If you have a work time to go early. I don't have to think about it. You don't have to ask with me, check with me. As I said, it's not a company run by CCTV. It's not a company which is run by the philosophy of chasing people. It's a company which runs on ownership. And let me tell you, DK, the tough time was there for one and everyone, right? Whether irrespective of the businesses, okay? Businesses where the leadership has the belief in their team, and it is not now but even pre this area. If you're running the business the same, my business runs the same, where pre-COVID or during the COVID or after the COVID, my thought process is not changed, my business model is not changed, my working with the team, my suppliers, my partners, my customers has not changed. The reason is we have not deviated from the basics.
Wow. I love that statement, Kishan. You have not deviated from the basics. And when I look at you, you are an ambassador of commitment, dedication, hard work. Be at the basics. Your book also talks about it. I need to know more about your books. But I want to come to another important aspect when in leadership. And this has been part of my life always. And that's ethical leadership. When we see people, and I don't know, COVID might teach a lot of people to be ethical. What are your thoughts on the modeling, business modeling with ethical leadership practices?
DK, one thing is very clear. No one can teach you ethical business. It is the basics and the upbringing, the way you have been. And I suppose that is very, very important in your life. And that is where I suppose I salute my parents, especially my father and mother. Father being a tough taskmaster, totally disciplinarian. You have to get up at 5 in the morning, come what may, go for a walk. And I suppose those things are if I've inherited for long many years, and it is very difficult to break that cycle. Once you are doing that for 20-25 years, let me tell you that waking up early in the morning was one of the reasons for me to be a university gold medalist in my college. The reason is from 4 to 8 I used to study in the morning, and then after 8 it is all tamasha in a hostel, in a engineering college. So people used to think this guy is also making time pass with us, but I used to study from 4 to 8 in the morning. Okay. So for me, ethical business is something, it is something you believe in, you live on. It is not that suddenly tomorrow you start a business and it is on ethical practices. Not at all. What I'm doing, organic wellness, is again high on ethics and high on integrity. But again, I'll come to the basic. It is result driven professional company.
Wow. Result building professional company at the end of the day. Fascinating. I have also had a lot of challenges while maintaining compassion and agility, and my business model has also gone for toss. But I did take decisions which my kids do not like, to keep my employees on, irrespective of all odds, because I think good days are going to be coming. And I was sharing with one of my gurus in Mumbai today. He said, you have got to have bright days, and that is what you are built of. When I look at your business model, I see you have involved a lot of women entrepreneurs, because they are bringing you a very good stability, I understand. And I want to tell you, and you know about it, that I am running a model called Women Power, a global movement.
Yes.
100,000 women on the platform by 2021 and 1 million by 2024. People say I'm crazy. Yes, I am. And I'm going to do it. You know me. It's always possible. Now, when you look at these women, what do you see a difference between women power and men in terms of delivery of the business?
See, I'll tell you,
Hmm.
I can only salute with both the hands to all the women I'm associated with.
Wow.
I'll start with some of the women I'm associated with. The first women we started was Preeti in a remote place called Ramganj Mandi. I'm sure many of the audience will not even know the place. It is about 50, 60 kilometers from Kota, and a small city or a small town with a population of about 50,000 people. She used some of our products and she said, I want to start this store in Ramganj Mandi.
Mhm.
I was shocked, when I got a call. In fact, one of my managers got a call. I got shock of my life. What the hell you will do? Because organic is all about metro so far. She said, I'm convinced and I'll be starting a store. I said, if you're starting a store, I'm coming to inaugurate it and I'll be there.
Wow.
It started with what is the franchisee fees? I said, I don't charge any franchisee fees. In that money, I want you to establish it. What's the minimum order quantity? I said, there's no minimum order quantity.
Wow.
I'm here to support you. The only thing is I will take advance payment.
Mm.
Okay. That is also for a reason. If I don't take advance payment, I'll make sure you are then failing in your initiative. The moment you give me advance, you will be successful because you will find ways and means to do it. Very easy for me to extend a credit, but I said I'll not do it because I want you to be successful. The date of opening was decided. It was during the COVID days.
Oh.
Okay. And she went and took the permission and did a beautiful store. People can go online and see Preeti Ramganj Mandi store on the YouTube channel. They can see it. Then I get a call from her, sir, you are coming all the way. How much do you charge for coming?
Huh.
So, no, DK, what it was telling me is how people are being, misused, and
Absolutely.
how people are being, fleeced of money, by different companies. I'm sure this is what many people would be doing. I said, no, it's a pleasure and an honor for me to come all the way, and I don't charge even a single rupee. In
Wow.
fact, I will come and I'll give you some gift if possible. She's the other way around. DK, I'm telling you, when I met the family, I met her, I saw the store, I was stunned. That
Wow.
gave me another belief that this can only be done by a woman. And she is amazing online. She's amazing, passionately creating videos, sharing with the people, and she is successfully running. That place, a small location, is selling highest volumes of highest what do you say MRP product, saffron teas and saffron and all these products. I'm amazed myself. From there, I can take names of many women, Dipali, Neeta, in and across. We have got about 52 or 53 stores being managed by these women. And the best part is, DK, what we tell people is you don't have to open a store. You have to operate from home. Don't add overheads. I go back to the time, to the people I share with them. My friend, there was a time in India, if you are from, say, Lucknow, and if you're staying in, say, Delhi, when you go to Lucknow, वहाँ का local सामान आप खरीद लाते थे, दिल्ली में आके अड़ोस पड़ोस में अपनी friends में बेच देते थे, and used to make money. India needs to go back to that model to get this glory. Today, what is happening is, instead of you, some other big businessman is going over there, buying that 100 rupee cloth or a kurta in Lucknow, MRPing at 2000 rupees and selling in a shopping mall. I suppose that is what Organic Wellness is trying to do, creating women power across India. Our target is to touch lives of 5,000 women.
Wow,
And
you
the
are part
reason
of the
is,
women power.
and the reason is, women are able to communicate better. Women are able, because we are not in the business of selling products. We are in the
Yeah.
business of educating the people, making
Wow.
sure every product you use, it has to benefit your health directly or indirectly. And of course, it indirectly helps the farmer, the employees who are running the plant. So that's where I said everyone in the chain has to be a win-win situation, including the end consumer.
Beautiful. Yeah. Says we are not in the business of sales, we are in the business of educating people.
That's correct.
And you're talking about women power. Do I have a commitment? Now you have taken 5,000 women. Do I have a commitment whenever I need you on women power? You are there with this hashtag women power, a global movement.
I'm there, and all the women associated with me, they'll be too happy to participate with you.
Ah, fantastic,
Because
fantastic. And
some
you
some
know,
of them are really, really powerful. Speakers, like if I talk about some of them, they are really powerful, much more energetic than even me, much more passionate than me. In fact, when I meet them, I realize I'm doing the right thing.
oh, love you, Kishan. You have really won my heart by sharing this thought process and making women successful. We are all brought to this world by a woman who is our mom. And then we get many women part of our lives, our partners, our sisters, our daughters, and our colleagues with whom we work, we do business. Fantastic and a great women power concept. Now, I have last question before we go to audience is that while COVID is still into, DC, and we are talking about, and you have already talked about nation building, what you are doing. And I talk about it as an Atmanirbhar, which you are actually practicing. You're already practicing Atmanirbhar. You are already practicing global talent. You're already practicing locally and vocally of Prime Minister Modi. And you're doing it on the ground. The Prime Minister Modi must know that there are people like Krishan Guptas who are already doing it on the ground. Probably I will have some opportunity of sharing it. I will keep on sharing about Atmanirbhar, global talent, locally and locally. I do so many programs on this. It's already on ground. Just give 2 or 3 messages to the business leaders. How to reboot, how to rebuild, how to reshape, how to reinforce, how to reinvent their business models. 1, 2, 3. And then I go to the audience.
I will just share, DK, what I'm doing in my life. Number one is live your life. Don't live this life for someone else.
Arey wah.
Okay. I would tell you, most of the time, you end up spending life impressing a boss. Okay. And by the time you realize, you've wasted all your life. So for me, I was very, very fortunate. I had very good seniors, very boss, but I never worked to impress them. So I would say this is what the first and foremost thing is, and that's what I'm following. I'm not talking about theoretical. Number two is have a purpose in life. As I said, there has to be a purpose.
Wow.
Without that, nothing. You can, yes, you can be a managing director, but let me tell you, most of the MDs I have worked with in some of the best known companies were not, I should not use that word. They were like clerks, basically, not having a single power to do anything.
True.
Everything was driven by a SOP, standard operating procedure.
Ah,
Whereas life is not about SOP. Let's write our own SOP, and that's what organic wellness, and we are able to do it.
wow.
Okay, so that's what the number two. Number three, keep life simple, saral raho. Don't be smart, because the reason is, DK, when I'm talking to you, you are sitting on the other side. I feel I'm smart. No, you are smarter. But if I'm simple, you will be a great friend to support me, to help me as and when I need. So create that journey of simplicity with the people you associate with, and they are with you forever. That's, a simple words what I do, I feel, and I enjoy life.
Yeah, I know you live by this, what you have said. Knowing you, I have seen you all the years living by this. Now, my quick last question, what made you to write these books here?
It was not me, I'll be very upfront. It was one of my colleague. She used to work with me. In fact, two, three people, colleagues who were there. Used many places we go together for delivering lectures.
Mm,
And when after delivering the lecture, some of the time the students and the people will ask, "Sir, can I have your book?" I said, "I've
mm,
not written any book." And that's where I had some of my colleagues working in say a company called Oriflame, and they said, "Sir,
ah,
why don't you write a book?" I said, "How can I write a book? I'm 100% professional over there." They said, "Sir, whatever today you talk, that's a chapter."
mm.
I said, "That's very, very great. It's a chapter, but who will write this?" She said, "I will write." There were Abba and Shika and one or two more people were there. So I said, "Okay, you write today what I have done, and then we'll do a chapter." I thought, raat gayi, baat gayi, wo bhul jayegi. Next day, sir, in the morning, 7 or 9 o'clock on the table, the chapter was there. And she said, "Here it is, Krishan, have a look at it." And I just put it by the side. As usual, we are busy with the work. In the evening, 5:30, she comes and tells me, "कृष्ण, मैं रात में सोई नहीं, बच्चे को सुलाया नहीं, और तुमने अभी तक ये चैप्टर नहीं देखा?" यार, she is deadly serious about it. I must see it. I said, "Sorry, बैठिए." I saw it and I was stunned, DK. It was literally like a good chapter. And
Wow.
that is how this book, the birth of the book was done, thanks to this couple of, again, women power. So wherever
Ah,
I went for delivering a lecture, because I do extempore, I don't prepare, wherever I go, I just
I
see the
know, I
audience
know,
and just speak out. I don't, go with
I
a
know.
prepared speech. Like today, what we are talking, it's all extempore, whatever is there, you speak out because you're talking out of your heart. It is not, a prepared speech. So that is what ended up in writing this book. And how Turkish happened, the similar way. A friend from Turkish, she was here in India for business. She read the book. She said, "It's an amazing book. The Turkish people should also know this." And they don't know Turkish. I said, "Take it." And she got it published in a local Turkish language. So that's the story behind the book.
Wow. Kishan, we are already, I mean, we have hardly any time in hand. I need to
Wow.
stop. I need to get to the audience questions. And Varsha, please help me to get the questions from the Facebook. In the meanwhile, I see Anshul asking for a question. Where's Anshul? Anshul is asking, so astonishing and inspirational journey of Kishan Gupta ji. Congratulations to DK for a wonderful session. There's no question. So let me see who else is asking a question. And just a moment. Yeah, just a moment. Now, Varsha, can you get me questions from the Facebook? I am not able to get.
Yes. Yes.
Can
Yes.
you put it on my WhatsApp because my Facebook is not giving me the proper output. So in the meanwhile,
Okay.
there are some questions on Facebook, but I am not able to get that. And let me go to this.
Just.
You can send it on my this thing. So I have
Okay.
Vivek Harkoli. Vivek, I am unmuting you. You are asking a question. Vivek Harkoli. Har call. But he writes Harkoli. He is an old Kashmiri, 100-year-old Kashmiri.
Okay.
He was my colleague as a business director. We
Wow.
traveled globally a lot. Great guy. Vivek, I am unmuting you. You have to unmute yourself. Please ask the question. Are you able to hear me? Vivek? Yeah. Yeah, till the time Vivek is away, but I am going to ask question. Varsha has sent me a huge questions here. Yeah, there is a question.
Yeah.
There's a question, how did you manage to be so dynamic and so young, irrespective of getting into own business? Because people feel when you go to your own business, it's a very good question, you become old.
See, as I said, even when I, worked for the companies, I ran it as it's my own business. So for me, the transition was really not much because I don't understand how you can work differently when you're working for someone else and differently when you do, this is a question which comes naturally to many people. But for me, it was very easy for me. Even the first job, DK, when I did in my company, the first company, it used to start at 9:30. I used to be in the office at 8.
I know.
And then there was the inquiry, what the hell this guy is coming by coming at 8? Because I was in research and development department. So what the hell this guy is doing? Because there are people who look at you in a different way. And when they realize here is a guy who's a professional, focused, want to grow in life, and that's how life moves. So for me, there's no difference between what I was doing as a whether it's a MD or a CEO with Polo Farm or Organic India or what I'm doing at Organic Wellness is the same. It's all a mindset, and with that mindset, if you work anywhere, you will be successful also.
Wow. Thank you very much. There's another question coming in. Mr. Krishan Gupta, you talked about a combination of compassionate behavior with agility. Don't you think it is tough during COVID days to maintain agility while being compassionate?
We are in COVID days. I'm yet to know what is mask. I'm yet to know what is sterilizer or sanitizer. The
Mhm.
reason is if you have a fit body, if you are fit from the mind, if you are fit physically, yes, you follow these guidelines when you're traveling out, you are with the people because there's a government, notification. We respect that. But again, it's all about mindset. If you are thinking negative always, you will have a problem. Compassion, it is natural.
Ah,
It is not something you're doing, creating something new today. This is something especially in India, is something comes naturally to you. This is what you learn from your mother, especially father may be very, very tough, compassionate in a different way, but this is something you learn all your life from your mother. And that's why you say mother is the best teacher or women is the best teacher. And
yeah.
one example I always share with the people is when you're talking about compassion, women power or women, my friend, I've yet to see a kitchen going wrong, a kitchen having out of stock, a kitchen having quality issues. Whereas all the big companies with every possibility over there with the highest precision of balances, they have got challenges. So it's more about making sure you follow in life what you would like to be following in your life. Simple.
Yeah, very, very important. In the kitchen, your mom, your wife, there's never a shortage. And in the companies, we have SKUs, and always there is a maramari between what we need actually on the shop floors.
So
I
there's
have
no
got to
software,
open their butt here.
there's
And I
no software, there's no balances. आज तक नमक ज़्यादा नहीं होता, मिर्ची कम नहीं, because the ownership is there.
the ownership is there. It's from the love, it's from heart.
Yes.
Mr. Upender Bhatt, I unmute you. You want to ask any question? And
Yes,
Vivek is also. Yes, Mr. Bhatt.
yes, yes. Good evening, Mr. D.K. Bakshi Saab and Krishan Gupta ji. Welcome. It was very nice, mind blowing. So, my question is, what is your one line advice to the upcoming people who are afraid of joining the business?
Ah, wow.
Sir, I'll
Because I'll give you the background. Our community is mostly known to be service oriented, and now asking somebody to give up a lucrative job or don't look for a lucrative job and be your own master and give employment rather than looking for employment, what will be the single mantra that you would like to give?
Sir, the
Wow.
single mantra has to come from the parents जो पेरेंट्स होते हैं दे ओनली टेल द चाइल्ड कि भाई पढ़ ले और कहीं नौकर लग जा, नहीं तो शादी भी नहीं होएगी। टाटा की नौकरी कर लो, नहीं तो बाटा की कर लो, सरकारी तो अब मिलती है नहीं। तो सर अब ना तो टाटा बचा ना बाटा बचा, अब आपको नौकरी खुद की ही ढूंढनी पड़ेगी, लोगों को देना पड़ेगा सर। सो माय वन लाइन एडवाइस इज पेरेंट्स, लेट योर चाइल्ड लिव द लाइफ। जब तक आप सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, पढ़ाई उसने पूरी कर ली, लेट्स प्लीज सपोर्ट द चाइल्ड फॉर अनदर 2-3 years मोर इन केस ही और शी वांट्स टू गेट इनटू अ बिजनेस। यदि नहीं सक्सेसफुल होता है तो जॉब इज ऑलरेडी ऑलवेज देयर, एंड ही सर्टेन और शी विल सर्टेनली बी इन सक्सेसफुल इन जॉब आफ्टर फेलियर इन अ बिजनेस। लेट मी ऑल्सो टेल यू दैट. So my personal advice is, sir, is the parents who have to drive it, because business schools, again, no business school you come across who says you can become an entrepreneur after doing our course. Everyone is talking about iska package mil jayega, iska package mil jayega, sab jhoot.
True, 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 true.
Hello, thank you. I will convey this message to the to the upcoming boys of the community and others.
सर
Thank
मेरे
you.
तो दिल से बोला है सर, माँ बाप ही हैं जो बच्चे को बनाते हैं। आज मैं भी जो हूँ सर, माँ बाप की बदौलत हूँ।
Wow.
That's it, sir. Very, very simple, sir.
Fantastic, mind blowing. And Vivek, you wanted to ask a question. Vivek, are you there? Vivek, you have raised your hand. Hello? Okay, I go to the other question in the meanwhile, which has come on the another place. There is a question. Looking at you and your passion for nation building, how will you make other leaders to be thinking about building nation? Because most of the business owners remain self-centered for their own business and for their own money. How will you make others to be thinking about nation building?
सर मैं इतना बोलूंगा, you have to look at the Prime Minister of our country.
Wow.
He is, sir, 24 hours. You may like it, you may dislike it. I'm not saying he is great or good or bad. I'm not getting into the politics part of it. I'm saying look at him, 24 hours, he's on work. Right? This is in front of every one of us. For what he is doing for the nation. That's what my thought process and my belief is. Now, if as Krishan Gupta, I have a safety, security, everything has been given by the government. If this little bit what I'm doing, and I'm not doing for the nation, again, it's I'm doing for myself. But I'm doing it in such a way that everyone in the chain wins, and certainly the national building happens. Now, it is very difficult for anyone to teach. It is something I am learning from many people. And if someone wants to do, I'm sure there are thousands of many successful stories of national building, including the speeches of Prime Minister Modi. People can listen and do it. But at the end of the day, it's all your beliefs, sir. It's your purpose of life. It's your thought process. And to answer another question, DK, I must share this with you on this moving from employees to the business. Very, very powerful leader, one of the best mentors I've met in my life, Mr. Sudhir Awasthi. He was my boss in I'll not say boss, he was a mentor and amazing person. Still I touch the feet, and
Sure.
he heard about what I'm doing now, moving to organic wellness, starting my business, he said, Bete, over 16,000, I'm repeating exactly his word, over 16,000 people would have worked with me or for me. Not even a single person could do what you have done. Congratulations. From now onwards, you'll be working and making money for yourself.
Wow.
So this is where, when you hear such words from such powerful people, you have grown seeing them, you have learned from them. And that is where I suppose it's up to the individual also. Others can, you can hear, you can learn, but at the end of the day, that risk-taking ability, it will come only if you have a belief. Otherwise, आप यही सोचते रह जाओगे, यार नौकरी चली गई, क्या करूं, नौकरी चली गई. You have to belief should be there. Then I'm sure the success will follow you.
Fantastic. I have Neetu here asking for a question. Neetu, I have unmuted you. You can ask your question. Okay, I got Vivek Harkoli already unmuted. Are you there, Vivek?
Good evening, Mr. Gupta.
Good evening, Mr. Vivek.
Good evening, DK Bakshi.
Good evening, sir.
I had one great learning from what Kishan Gupta said just now, and that is believe in yourself. And I thank you
Wow.
very much for that, Mr. Gupta. I have one simple question. Yes, we all try to believe in ourselves. Where we fail is the execution.
Mhm.
My request to you would be, could you tell me two mantras how to successfully execute believe in yourself attitude?
Wow.
Sir, amazing question. And let me tell you, execution is a problem for our country as a whole. जो ब्रिज 2 साल में बनना चाहिए फ्लाईओवर, वो 20 साल में नहीं बनता. जो कॉस्ट 2 करोड़ का होना चाहिए, वो 20 करोड़ का हो जाता है. जो रोड 1 साल में बनना चाहिए, वो 10 साल में नहीं बनता. You must have heard recently a lot of speeches from even our honorable minister, Mr. Gadkari also. He is amazing in execution, and you can see the growth what he is doing. So let me tell you about my practical personal example. You have to be unreasonable if you have to execute. Because if you have a set of people, they will tell you many reasons for being late, and there will be many excuses. And you will also see logically, yeah, correct, reasonable thinking. The moment you become unreasonable, sir, execution will be on time, and your team soon will realize whether we like it or not, we have to do it. So my only mantra, if I can say what I followed in my life, and I said talked about my Ogning Wellness plant, I was given a timeline of 3 years, and we ended up executing in 6 to 7 months.
Wow.
And that is how it is. And let me tell you again, you have to be unreasonable with yourself and with your team, and you will see things will fly. It's the team at the end of the day. And last mantra is, sir, have a team which is more passionate, more smarter, better than what you as an individual are. Give them free hand, give them the ownership. I'm telling you, they give magical results. That's what I have realized.
I think
Wow.
what you have said is something great. Have people around you whom you feel you whom you feel you can hire and whom you feel who are better than you,
Yes,
and therefore your own job becomes easier. This is what my take has been in all my professional career.
correct,
People
sir.
are afraid that if I hire somebody who is more knowledgeable than me, मेरी नौकरी खतरे में पड़ गई. I don't
Sir,
think that should be the attitude.
सर वो खतरे में पड़ेगी, 2 साल के बाद पड़ेगी, जाना पड़ेगा कि वो नीचे आपका आदमी नहीं है तो रिजल्ट कौन देगा फिर सर.
No, you're right. Hire people, as you rightly said, whom you have confidence in and whom you think can deliver and who are more knowledgeable than you. And I appreciate, thank you very much for your feedback, Mr. Gupta. That
Thank
was
you,
Thank
Mr.
great.
Vivek.
you, Mr. Vivek Harkoli. Thank you very much for your attending many programs and being there. You are yourself a very well-known business director in the global world, worked in near about 30 countries, and I salute you for your commitment and what you have done. Now, I'm coming closer now to close the program, and before closing this program, I would request my in Narula, Achan in Narula, Global Talent Director from Thailand, Bangkok. Can I request you, Achan? Sawadikap, Achan?
สวัสดีครับ
Thanks.
ผม how are you
Oh, Chokdi Nakap. Busy
ครับ
Mark
ผม
Mark. Busy Mark Mark.
โอ้เก่งมากๆ Dr. Bakshi and good evening to you sir Mr. Krishan Gupta.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, before I even get started, let me throw an open invitation to you. Perhaps you may come with Dr. Bakshi when the skies open up to Thailand, because you can help us here in this end in a great way, in a great deal, because you are very motivational and your stories and the challenges that you have been through is truly inspiring. And it would be a great help to all of us here in Thailand. Salute to you, sir. Now,
Thank you
let me
so much.
begin my vote of thanks. We like to thank you to no end to have spent this evening with us. Your discourse in this session is truly very educational, inspiring and very motivating. And I like the word that you have said. Together, let us heal the world.
Wow.
Together, let us build leaders around the world, because
Wow.
we all have the potential to become leaders. And if we all are leaders in our areas of responsibilities, our organization can be taken to the greatest heights. Now,
Thank you.
I'm going to
Yes.
say this, and I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. I think you are God sent, because you are here to help women, because you are here to help the local farmers, because you are here to help the co-workers. If that is not godly, then what is? And your mindset of a win-win, is truly brilliant. And I like also when you say that you want to make decision, your small part, and sometimes you cannot make decision. So really, you made the decision to take on the world, to get into the business world. And because of this, and because of your background, a lot of teaching from your father to be disciplined, and the little discipline has got you a long way. Your day is not 24 hours. Your day is 30 hours, because you wake up at 4 in the morning, and that is brilliant. And I would like everyone to take this into account. When you work, wake up early, you have that extra hours to get a lot of things done. Having the right attitude is very important, to have trust and ownership. If you don't trust the people working with you, do not hire them. If you hire them, trust them. Let them work. Let them make decisions. Allow them to make mistakes and let them learn from it, because you grow, they grow, everyone grows. And cultivating the right habit is very important. And that is making the commitment, making the ownership. We need to do that, and all employees should do that. And your example of your pilots, the person who drives you around, Shekhar Vatali, that is brilliant. I love it. This little example, and you have learned from it. It means that learning is very important. And I also really and truly thank you to Noen when you tell us that we should never deviate from the basic. The
Wow.
basic of hard work, the basic of really committing, the basic of always keeping your mind open to learn, and integrity, honesty, and keeping life simple. What a brilliant way you have impacted all of us here this evening. At the end, dream big, dream the impossible, and start step by step. The inventor of the light, Ericsson, he invented light, but before he could invent that light, he saw the lightning and he said, how can I put this lightning into the bulb? That was madness. That was a dream that was almost impossible. He made it possible. Krishan Gupta ji, you made your dream possible. Bravo to you. Hats off
Thank
to
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you, and thank you, and thank you for a beautiful discourse this evening.
Kapun Khab, Achan in,
Thank you.
Sawadikab, and Ratri Sawat Khab. And surely
Ratri
we
Sawat.
will get him to Bangkok. In the meanwhile, I would like to close this program by saying that Kishan Gupta, a brand in himself, organic wellness, huge brands, ladies and gentlemen, try to take these products and you will love to enjoy your life by using these products. And this is going to be one of the very important takeaways, that he is going to support us on the women power movement, because he has 5,000 women. Second one, he is going to invest in a place called J&K and to set up a plant in J&K. He is going to be one of our investors into the movement into J&K, where I am right now. Thank you very much, Kishan. I feel proud of you and I salute you what you are, and you have made our country proud by turning locally and vocally global talent of tomorrow and making a legacy from an ordinary middle class family working for multinationals and building their business models and finally taking a risk of life, not thinking about blood, sweat, and tears, working same way with a passion and with the commitment to drive the madness of becoming someone we feel proud of. Krishan Gupta, who invented organic wellness. Thanks, Krishan. And I will get in touch with you soon for further deliberation on your investment in J&K. And I'm going to announce your name into the press immediately that you have given your, decision to invest in J&K.
Thank you so much, DK, for your kind words. It was a real pleasure to be with your team, and very, very kind words from our friend in Bangkok, in
In
Narula
Narula.
ji, in
Yeah.
Narula.
Four
Amazing.
generations sick in Thailand. Yeah.
I don't have words. Pranam, and thank you once again to everyone. And we stay connected, DK.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Keep on watching this. This will be available even beyond today's show. And in fact, my DNA of leadership and women power is already blocked till end of January. And somewhere in the month of March, I will be coming out with a digital book of all these interviews, which is happening around the world. One book on new DNA of leadership and one book on women power, a global movement. And then end of 2021, will be another digital book which will be available on Amazon. Thanks, Varsha, for your support, and good night, and enjoy your life. Keep life simple. I have learned that today.
Namaskar ji, both of you. Namaskar.
Namaskar. I'm getting
Namaskar.
into another
Namaskar.
program, another important program, global program going on. Varsha, please join me there. Okay, Kishan, all the best.
Yes.
Good luck. I'll catch up with you. Bye-bye. I'm logging out.